Okay, let's get started at 6:30. Thank you everyone for joining and welcome to the March Street Life Committee of Community Boarding. My name is Abraham Saucedo. I chair this committee and a few rules of the road. So I'm going to invite each applicant in order to come up and speak to their application. Give us a little bit of detail. And then I will inquire whether there's any members of the public for this application, and then I will go to my fellow committee members for any motions, comments, or otherwise. A reminder, any action taken here goes to our full board meeting, which is on the agenda. And with that, I think we'll be ready to go, but however, Will or Zach, if you want to give any of the technical rules of the road, we can do that as well.
Yeah, sure. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. If this is your first time joining us, everyone will remain muted throughout the meeting except for the chairs and the presenters. Following the presentation, the chair will call on members of the public wishing to speak. You can participate by going to the reactions icon, pressing raise hand, not the wave or thumbs up buttons. Only press it once. If you press it a second time, your hand will go back down. If you are on the phone, it is *9 to raise hand and *6 to unmute. Be on the lookout for a prompt asking you to confirm unmuting once the co-chairs call on you. The chat is for technical support only to help with Zoom software problems, not to ask questions of the chairs. They will not see the chats. If you have an older version of Zoom, you will need to go to the participants section where you will find the raise hand feature there. Please do not raise your actual hand or wave at the screen because we may not be able to see you. Chat me, I'm here for support.
Great, thank you. And before we get started, just making sure I have the full tally of members present. I have Marco, Cause, myself, and then I have Casey as a public member. Am I missing anyone else? I think that's everyone. So, okay, with that, I will get started. And do I have a representative for item 1A, York Avenue Senior Care? If so, please let us know. I also recognize Evan has joined.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, applicant for 1A. York Avenue Senior Care. Once, twice. Okay, I will come back to 1A. Do I have a representative for 1B, Copri Corps, Cacho de Pepe? Yep, Mr. Callahan, how are you?
Good, how are you, sir?
Doing very well, thank you. Long time no see.
With me also is Gina Rotundo.
Hi Gina. Great, tell us about your application.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so basically last spring we came before you for an on-premise liquor license application for Copri Corp doing businesses Casio e Pepe. We're at 1479 York Avenue between East 78th and East 79th Street. So that license was approved and we've been in business since the middle of last year. Now that the weather's getting warmer, the restaurant has joined the open restaurants program with the city, and the state liquor authority is requiring us to put the outdoor seating on the liquor license. So basically what we're doing is, if you're familiar with the restaurant, there's a little a part of the restaurant that extends out into the sidewalk, so there'll be no sidewalk seating. But we do have the setup for the roadway seating. It's 8 feet out by 25 feet across, and it'll contain 10 two top tables with 20 seats.
Okay.
And our hours of the restaurant are till 2 a.m. every morning, but the city requires us to have this seating closed by midnight. So it will be closed by midnight.
Wonderful. I was about to ask that because on your application it shows 2, but that makes sense.
What's that?
No, I was going to say yes. That's a good clarification. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what? We weren't sure with the applications on this, if we should keep the hours that we had for the restaurant for the original application. So we decided that we would let you know that midnight, if we need to change it on the application, we'll change it.
No, that's clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so first I will go, are there any members of the public with questions, comments on this application? Seeing none, I will go to my co-committee members. Cause.
Yeah, Robert, when did this change that the SLA now requires you to apply for the outdoor area?
Yeah, it was a few months back. I think it actually was from community board suggestions, because there are some boards in the city that are against it and some like it. So they basically wanted to go through the process of notifying the communities.
Okay. Now, what are the hours for sidewalk cafes, unenclosed sidewalk cafes?
Those were 1 a.m. on Saturday and Friday and Saturday, and midnight all the other days of the week. But this right now, this is still in the open restaurant seating. So those are midnight, 7 days a week. They're talking about making this a permanent seating thing, and then Department of Transportation is going to take it over and they're going to rehaul it. So for now, it's midnight.
Right. So that's going to adhere to the sidewalk cafe rules. Now that
Yes.
place, it's fully enclosed with a roof and everything.
Gina, does this thing have a roof on it?
It's not yet been constructed, but yes, that is the plan. It'll be fully enclosed with a roof, and it'll be very similar to the other structure that's right next to us, the Greek restaurant called Yefsi. In terms of design, it'll be a little bit different just to match our restaurant, but the idea is that it'll be enclosed with windows for ventilation, similar to the ones that you see all around the neighborhood.
And
But
then the rule.
Yeah, but that's illegal.
But no, we have to keep two sides completely open.
Right, right.
But according to the DOT specification, what they came up with 2 years ago and nobody adhered to is it is a platform with 36-inch sides and umbrellas. If you look at the DOT specification, it is no roof, no wall, it is completely open.
No,
So-
that's actually the sidewalk.
Right,
No,
we're
no,
not on
no.
the sidewalk.
The sidewalk can't have a roof. The roadways actually can, but they cannot be enclosed.
So because looking at all the diagram, well, it's beside the point. Okay, well, once it becomes law, then we'll take it up with them. Okay, thanks.
Right. Yeah, no, we've had the Department of Buildings come down, and anything with a roof on the sidewalk, they're violating people. But anything in the roadway, they're saying it's okay to have a roof on it. But again, you have to have a certain amount of it open.
Mhm. When did DOB start enforcing? Because there's been no enforcement on anything for the past 2 years.
Oh no, I've been doing them for. They started in early 2021.
Well, how come
Yeah,
there's so many illegal structures on the sidewalk?
Well, you know what? Everybody just built them, and as the people get violated, the fines are $1,000 to start with, and each time
this
they get
is
violated,
a sidewalk conversation, cause this is the roadway.
No, yeah, true. Okay, we'll take it up with DOT when they come.
Great.
Okay, I'm okay with it.
Okay, is that a move to approve?
Yeah.
Great, I will second that. Any other committee members? Questions, comments? If not, that's a move to approve that has been seconded. So we're going to go to the roll. Everyone that there's going to motion to approve. If anyone's voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, raise your hand. Otherwise, this will go as a motion to approve. Also, for the record, I'm making sure. So I have Evan in on this. I have Marco. Mrs. Brown, I know you joined in the middle of the conversation. Want to make sure you're participating.
Yes, I'm participating
Thank
and
you.
making a motion to approve.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
Great. So then that's going to go to, that's an approval. 1, 2, 3. Great. Thank you very much. And that's approved. And we will continue on to the next applicant.
Thank you all.
I think, just again for the record, I think Marco seems to have dropped on this one. Okay.
Correct, he was not there.
Yeah, it's not.
Then moving to item 2A, do I have an applicant for Emmy Squared?
Remember, you can use the raise hand function. If you go on the bottom of your screen, hit the reactions icon and press raise hand.
We're looking for Teresa Russo, maybe? Nope, here we go.
Good evening, everyone. I apologize. I hit the clapping function, I believe, as opposed to raise hand there initially. But I won't take up too much of your time. My name is Mastin Sansom. I'm the attorney for the applicant. I'm joined here by Raul Adorno. I believe Raul should be, there we are, up in my right-hand corner. Raul is the regional manager for the applicant. The name of the corporation is 85th and 3rd LLC, DBA ME Squared. This is located at 1426. Let me take off here my raise hand. Anyway, well, I'll continue. 1426 3rd Ave. And this is just a corporate change application. Everything remains the same. Nothing's changing. There's only one bar. There's 9 seats at the bar. 22 tables, 54 seats total. Like I said, the hours of operation don't change. There's no outdoor space. Some officers are going to be changing. However, the president is going to remain Howard Greenstone. And then there'll be an upper tier change up in the corporate structure. However, the corporate entity holding the license, or the holding corporation, I should say, is not changing. So from a premises method of operation
Really an
standpoint,
officer change within the corporation.
So right now there are currently 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 officers. 3 officers are going to be removed, and 1 officer will remain.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Do I have any members of the public on this one?
Reminder, if you're calling in from the phone, it's *9 to raise your hand.
If not, I will take fellow committee members on this item. If I see none, I will then move to approve. Colleen, are you a member of the public?
*6 to unmute, Colleen. Yes, you're unmuted.
Colleen, you are live.
No, I wanted to say that was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay, No problem. So I had a motion to approve. Goss gave me the thumbs up. And Mrs. Brown, do you have another?
I have a concern because I don't see the hours here. The information that I'm looking at must not be updated. So therefore, what are the hours of operation? And what is the food beverage ratio?
Sure,
Please.
the hours of operation Monday to Thursday are 12 PM to 9 PM. Saturday, 12 PM to 10 PM, and Sunday, 12 to 9 PM. The food and drink ratio, 70% food and 30% drinks.
And now, is there an outdoor area?
There is not.
Okay, because in the sheet that I'm looking at, it's checked off that there's a sidewalk cafe.
You know,
Was someone going to say something?
yeah, I was just gonna say, trying to look, I thought, well, I don't know, I'm not sure.
There is an outdoor, Maston. It's Raul.
Raul, there
Yes.
is an outdoor?
There is an outdoor enclosure that was built per DOT regulations.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at an older diagram then.
That's an open street structure? Meaning it's not on a sidewalk, it's on the roadway?
We
Raul.
have, go ahead, Maston, I'm sorry.
Sorry, do you know the answer to that?
So the outdoor enclosure is on the roadway and it's
Okay.
built per DOT regulations.
Okay,
Great, yeah, thank you for clarifying that.
surely. And are there any open windows, open doors, any backyard? Any deliveries, third-party delivery?
No bicycle delivery. And Raul, there's no backyard, correct? I mean, I don't want to miss.
No backyard, no.
And how about windows and doors? Are they left open at any time, or are there certain timeframes when they may be left open?
No, the restaurant is enclosed. The outdoor areas are the areas that we would allow guests to sit down.
Okay,
Gotcha.
all right, well, I can support the applicant and call the question, please.
Thank you. I have Barbara and Evan next.
I just lost track of time and came in late, so I don't know if I should vote. It sounded like it's something I would, but it's up to you.
This is a straight corporate change of officers for an.
Oh, I'm voting yes for it then. Thanks.
Evan?
Yeah, I don't think this is a controversial application. I just wanted to clarify one thing, just because I happen to know this space. You have two outdoor spaces, right? One is in the street and one is actually on the sidewalk. No?
Yes. One is
So
on the street.
It's not just a street space, but I just wanted to clarify that for the board.
Thank you, Evan. Appreciate that. Okay, so with that, we have a motion to approve, seconded by me, if not by someone else. So if anyone's voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, raise your hand. Otherwise, this will go as an approval for that corporate change. And just to clarify, me, cause, Casey, Evan, Mrs. Brown, and Barbara are voting participants here. Okay, thank you very much. That's an approval.
Thank you very much, members. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Okay, next I have. So I have an applicant for the Jeffrey 2B. Yes, 2B, Jeffrey. Hello, Alexa.
Hi everyone.
Tell us a little about the application. Welcome.
So I'm here with the GM, Max. They are looking to complete an alteration application to expand their backyard. They will actually be enclosing their old backyard space and then moving the backyard to the building that's next door. So they'll be combining those two spaces. And they also are looking to expand their hours in their backyard space during the week and on weekends.
And what will those hours be?
They were originally shooting for 2 a.m. every night. We talked a little bit today, and they are okay with closing at midnight every night in the backyard.
Thank you. So I have a couple emails in support of the application that the Jeffrey has been a good neighbor and in their renovations. So thank you for that application. I'm going to take questions for the public if there's any. Any members of the public on this application? If not, oh, I have Alexa. Wait, no, that is you. Sorry. Cause, do you have questions or comments? Otherwise, I have a recommendation on the hours.
Yeah, how many people are going to be, how many people you're going to have inside in the backyard?
Max, are you able to answer that?
You're going to be over the 74?
Colin, I have to refer to you if you can hear.
Yes.
Apologies, everybody. I don't have that document in front of me.
Okay.
Because if you, well, how big is the space now? How many people do you have now?
Let me confirm that for you. They're over the 74. Their occupancy is at 182 at the moment.
Okay, so you're getting the special permit, the over 74?
Yes,
The assembly
they
permit.
already have
You have that, yes.
And do you have DOB approval to enclose the backyard?
Max, are you able to answer that?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Do you have the DOB approval to enclose the backyard?
Yes, all of our permits are in order, I believe, yes.
Okay, that's fine. Just
Great.
making sure.
Thanks, Cos. So
Yeah, Marco's not here to ask these questions.
no, he's not. So one thing I will jump in, Mrs. Brown. I apologize if I'm jumping in on what you were going to say. Since the 12 midnight was offered, I think given history and otherwise, we would entertain the 12 versus the 2, if that's amenable to the applicant, which was the voice says yes. So I would suggest that this would be approval with the 12 but subject to Mrs. Brown's additional comment.
Thank you. Would you please, Mr. Chair, ask the applicants, all applicants, if they would share with us if they're ADA compliant, one, and if they've had any violations, and if so, have they been cured?
Will do, thank you. So I will ask that question now of the applicant, and then Zach and Will, we can maybe add that as something, an amendment to our general applications, then we can do that going forward. But for this particular,
Thank
you. I know it's a curious space, Max Allison, but is it ADA compliant?
The entrance
Yes, we are.
with the ground, so that would technically make them ADA compliant, yes.
Okay.
I do know that they have that kind of hallway sort of thing in the middle. But as far as I know, there aren't any complaints.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Okay, I see Colleen again. Colleen, you're unmuted. Feel free. Colleen.
Colleen, you are unmuted. You can...
Okay. I don't know if that was a self-mute or a shutdown, but unless Colleen raises her hand again, I think we are in order on this one. This is going to go up as a approval, but with the stipulation that it is a 12 rather than 2 for the outdoor rear space. So on the votes, if you're voting no, not voting for cause of or abstaining, please raise your hand. Otherwise, this will go with that 12 midnight rear space. Colleen, you're back. Do we have any?
Yes, I'm hoping it's work. I usually come on with my computer, but it crashed. So, no, I was curious. So Alexa was saying that they already have a back space, but they're going to extend into the other backyard space, but not really from the building. So it's just going to be extending the backyard space. Is that what I'm envisioning?
So what they have right now, they have a backyard. They're going to be enclosing that current backyard. So all of it is going to be indoors. Then the building next door, which is owned by the same landlord, they're going to be taking that backyard and making that the sole backyard space. And it's also going to be set further back than the current backyard space. So it's not going to be as disruptive to the neighbors in the building that live on the back of the building, essentially.
So what are you doing about entering and exiting?
So they built
for fire code.
Yeah, so they built an egress exit out of the new space. So they're completely compliant with the FDNY, and they also have a sprinkler system in place in case anything were to happen.
Okay.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, so just reiterating again, any last minutes, no, not voting for cause or abstaining. Otherwise, that will go as an approval for the 12 midnight close in the rear. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do I have a representative for 2C, Madison Global? Madison? Oh, is someone waving their hand, maybe? No.
No.
Okay. Then do we go back to the top? Do I have another applicant for or representative for 1A, the York Avenue Senior Care Center? Anyone 1A? 1A? Okay, so just confirming I don't have a representative for 1A and I don't have a representative for 1C.
Kevin McGrath from York Avenue Senior Center. Are you here?
I see a person named Zoom user.
Yes, hello, this is Madison Global.
Hi, which application are you for? Are you the York Avenue or the Madison Global?
Madison Global.
Madison Global. Okay, well, thank you. Tell us a little bit about your application and we're happy to proceed. Hi, go ahead.
Yes, am I on?
Yes, you're on. Please go ahead. Proceed.
Okay, good evening. We have an application for 2 members came off the LLC, Madison Global LLC. So I'm the sole member going forward.
Okay, so you dropped 2 members and you're now the only member.
Yes.
Okay, and nothing else has changed in the application whatsoever?
Absolutely nothing at all.
Okay, great, thank you. So do I have any members of the public comments on this application? If not, then I will ask Mrs. Brown.
Yes, I'm curious. I see that there is going to be, or they have recorded music. And what are the hours? And are there any open doors, windows? And I see they have a sidewalk cafe. Is this a roadway cafe or a sidewalk cafe or both?
It's a roadway cafe.
Okay. And what about the music?
There's only low playing radio music.
And
And your hours of operation?
Yeah, 11:30, and presently we close at 11 p.m.
Or presently, is that going to change?
We usually used to close at 12 a.m.
Okay, okay, okay. And your food beverage ratio, please?
80 food, 20 liquor.
And are you ADA compliant?
Yes.
All right. Has there been any complaints?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So there's a motion to approve. And get a thumbs up from a fellow committee member. Great, cause. Then this is a vote. If anyone's voting no, not voting for cause, or abstaining on this application, give me a signal. Otherwise, this will go as a approval. Oh, question, Thomas. Did
Yes.
you guys post notices and flyer for this application?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you send the photos to the board office to just confirm that?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We have not received them, so please resend them.
Yes.
Okay, so contingent on receipt of those flyering photos, we will then approve this.
Thank you.
And if for some reason we were not to receive them, which I don't believe that we will not, but if not, then we will revisit at the full board. But thank you very much. Approval.
Thank you.
And great. So lastly, do we have a last minute representative for Q&A? No one for York Avenue Senior?
Kevin McGrath, if you're here, please use the reactions icon and press raise hand.
Hey, unmute. Okay, now I think I'm in, right?
You are.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. My name is Kevin McGrath. I'm a partner in the law firm of Fitz. And I'm representing the York Avenue Senior Citizen Facility, which is at 1622 York Avenue. It's on the east side of the street between 85 and 86th Street. It's a brand new facility. It's an adult living facility. We have a number of them throughout the metropolitan area, and we're asking for a liquor license. We have 14 floors, but we'd only be serving the liquor on 6 through 14 because the others are acute care floors, and we would not allow any liquor to be served or distributed there. I have given detailed drawings of the facility and the storage area. There'll be 344 seats in those floors that could serve liquor, will be served. There are 128 spaces on couches. We open at 12 noon and we close no later than 10 o'clock, 7 days a week. It's really for the patients or the senior citizens and their friends who come in. Can I answer any questions?
Yes. So just to make sure, so this is a secure location, so only family and friends are allowed in?
That's right. Yes.
And this is the intention of this to have any events?
No. This is strictly for the residents. They're
Okay.
senior citizens. So they might have a volunteer to come in and sing, or a group that would play live music, but we anticipate only have piped in music. And we serve breakfast, but we wouldn't serve any liquor at breakfast, just at lunch and dinner.
Okay. Thank you. Do I have any members of the public before I take committee members? Okay, seeing none, then I'll go to Mrs. Brown.
Thank you. I'm a little unclear. I believe you stated that liquor is being served on the first 6 floors?
No, absolutely not. That, please, that's not what I said. I said this would only be served on the 6th through the 14th, because the lower floors are for acute
All right, okay.
patients, and we definitely would not be serving
All
on
right.
those floors.
So from the 6th floor to the 14th floor, the
That's
liquor is
correct.
going to be served. And how is it transported? Is there a room or is there a portable bar that
No,
goes?
there are no bars, and it's secured storage area, and it would be served from the kitchen areas or wherever the food is coming from.
So in other words, the resident and the guest would order, and the server would go to the kitchen on that respective floor and bring the drinks to them? Is that how?
That's exactly right. Exactly the way the food would be served, the
All
liquor
right.
will be served.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
I have a question just about procedure. If I'm not mistaken, this is like an assisted living where people go to live, just like I have an apartment. There's an apartment there. Why do we even need, I mean, if I serve liquor, no, I don't need any liquor license. Why is it? Is it because they have to pay for it? I assume they're not paying for dinner. It's not like a restaurant, right? I mean, the residents don't pay for dinner. Am I right about that?
Well, that's right. They don't pay individually for lunch or dinner, but this is this is an adult living facility, and so we would be serving the liquor, and you need, in order to serve it, whether or not you get paid or you give it away, when you're in that capacity, you need a liquor license to distribute liquor, and that's what the law in the state of New York requires.
I do know the building. I can't imagine there would be any noise or anything wild with it. It's an apartment building like any others, except it's an assisted living, but it's not like a restaurant or anything like that.
No, but there are eating facilities on the floors, so that
I have it. Yeah.
Okay.
My mother was in assisted living. I know how it
All
works. And I know this building, it's a very attractive building on 86th Street.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it requires for more just for transparency's sake, I would imagine is the reason of the SLA's requirement.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? If not, I would propose a motion to approve. I can get a thumbs up and support. Yes, Barbara, thank you. Okay, so going to the roll. Anyone voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining? Okay, seeing none, and this will go as an approval. Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, so that is the full agenda, unless there's any old business or new business. I will entertain a motion to adjourn from cause.
Yeah, I asked for this some time ago, and I think it would help everybody. With any application, can we get a photo of the front of the establishment, what structures are there, showing the sidewalk and any structures that are there? That way it would help us.
I am in agreement and I am supportive of that. So, Zach and Will, maybe we can talk about the instructions to the application, just to add that as well as the other requirements or the other requests from Mrs. Brown, so we can.
Yeah, thanks. Motion to adjourn.
Great, seconded. Anyone objecting to the motion to adjourn? Otherwise, I will bid everyone a very good night, and I will see you next time. Great, cheers, thank you.